Hello, this is Nurse Coach Nicole from Nurse Vibrance, and woo, it's cold here in Fort Worth, Texas, and that's why I'm wearing my coat and my hat inside. And plus, I'm wearing red because February is Heart Healthy Month, and to honor that, today's talk will be about your heart and its health and something called Heartmath. So, did you know that your heart has its own intelligence? I didn't know it either, but I learned that the fetus, when it is first developing and the heart develops, the heart starts beating long before the brain is fully developed. And when you take a transplanted heart and put it in its new recipient, the heart will actually start beating before the nerves are even connected to the brain. So that says that the heart definitely has its own intelligence. And the heart actually thinks for itself. And so when we experience negative emotions like anger at driving behind somebody who doesn't know how to drive, or if we experience confusion because we just don't understand something, or we get in an argument with someone, or maybe we're just really worried about the events that are happening within our world, our heart starts to develop an erratic rhythm. And that erratic rhythm is then translated to the brain. And that's how the heart sends the messages to the brain. So when the heart is beating erratically because of all of these terrible feelings that we're having, that sends a message to the brain. And the brain starts to react in the same manner. So when the heart is erratic and we're feeling anxious or angry or upset, the brain also starts to not function as well as it possibly could. So we have changes in our memory and in the way that we feel and the way that our brain actually functions. So we often cannot control the situations that we're faced with. Some things that happen to us just are not controllable. But what we can control is how we react to those situations. So, for instance, how we respond is within our control. So Dr. Childre of Heartmath Institute has done over 20 years of research on how the heart works and how the brain works and how they work together, and how gratitude and appreciation can really affect the way our heart works. And some fascinating research. And what he found is that when we can calm the heart rhythms by changing the way that we perceive a situation, then our mental clarity and decision-making skills actually improve. So, how are we going to actually do that? Well, it's something called the FreezeFrame. So imagine taking a photo and that quick snapshot. So, stressful situation occurs. The first step you're going to do is acknowledge what those stress feelings feel like. And you're going to take a picture of that in your mind. Click. Then you're going to shift the focus from the craziness of your mind to your heart. And you're going to imagine that you're actually breathing through your heart, or that your heart is actually breathing. And then you're going to recall a positive experience that you've had, or a positive memory, and then just relive that memory to recreate the feelings that you had at that real positive time. And then step 4 is to use sincerity and your own common sense to ask your own heart for the best response to the situation you're facing. And the 5th step is the most important. You are going to listen to the answer your heart gives you. So with practice, you're going to recall those steps and practice them. And then over time, after having practice, you no longer have to think about those steps. And you'll actually find yourself being able to turn these negative situations into more tolerable situations and create calmness in your heart. That calmness then transcends throughout your whole body. So what'll happen is that you'll produce more anti-stress hormones. Your gastrointestinal tract and your bowels will work better. Your blood pressure will decrease, your heart rate decreases, and your brain going to have more clarity and more emotional intelligence. And really, that's all it takes. Take care of your heart, and your heart is going to take care of the rest of you.